Here we are, the virtual open week, day 5. All right, let's dive straight into it. So, first of all, a massive celebration of you. Congratulations, you did it. And I see you. I know that not everybody can turn up at 11 o'clock every day or 1 o'clock during the week to see these live events. But I see the people watching the replays, watching it on Facebook, and I acknowledge you for coming along on this journey as well. So, how has it been? I really hope that you have enjoyed this journey. Now, today is going to be super juicy because I'm going to be sharing with you the Primalistas, not just mine, but the Primalista top tips for success. We're going to have a recap on what the Primalista license is and what you get for it. And then I'm going to share with you my number one top tip for moving forward with any dream or any vision or any change that you want to bring into your life. We're going to talk about the number one reason that potential primalistas don't accept our offers when we make them. What could that be? What could that be? And of course, as always, there's going to be a yummy prize winner at the end of today's session. So let's go through some of our top tips. Now, Primalistas get access to the recipes and resources. They have a community of other home bakers, a network of home bakers in our Facebook group. We also have usually quarterly coffee catch-ups or ask me anything or Q&As or masterclasses. Sometimes we bring in external speakers to talk on a specific topic. So, for example, coming up, we have one on profit first. So, how to pay yourself in business, which can be quite a minefield. So, there's a lot to our communication, there's a lot of support. And our it used to be 3 C's. And then I remembered celebration starts with a C as well. So, the 4 C's that we have in Primal Alternative are consistency. So you need to keep turning up and showing up and continue to show up, whether that's be, recontacting customers, following up with stockists, baking every week, turning up at that market consistently and having that consistency for your customers as well. So if you're taking a break from baking, or a break from baking, or you're having a holiday, that you can maybe get another Primalista to cover. So there's that consistency for your customers. Communication is a big one. If your order is, if you're a bit behind on the order or you're going on holiday, you need to communicate that. We work very well collaboratively. I don't think I need to go into that anymore because I think you've had a really good look at that this week. And we celebrate success. We celebrate when you're open for business. We celebrate when you get your first stockist. We celebrate when you try your first recipe, and we're all behind you, which is really, really cool. Now, we did a Primalista virtual open week back in May as well. And Primalistas Geeta and Ash, and I asked them, what are your top tips for success? They said to believe in yourself and believe in your product. You can't please all the people all the time is something that you'll hear me say quite often. And it's something that I learned from my husband, Mike the Chippy, when I was a massage therapist. And I'd be like, why are these people who've had a massage, why haven't they booked in for another one? And he said to me, you can't please all the people all the time. And that's okay, right? And this goes back to something that was mentioned at the beginning of the week about changing people's thinking. You know, we're not here to change people's thinking. And there are going to be people who are like, what? $16.95 for a loaf of bread? You must be off your rocker. And that's fine. Those people's opinions are none of our business. But we're here for the people who enjoy our products, and we're going to be of amazing service to them. Make it easy for your customers to buy. Now, this might sound quite obvious, but you would be very surprised to see how we can sabotage ourselves subconsciously. We don't do it on purpose, but you can make it really hard. You could share something lovely on social media, but not tell people how to get it from you. Look at this lovely pancake that I made for my son this morning. That's it. No call to action. No, like, click this link to buy my pancakes, or send me a DM if you want me to get some pancakes to you. Other ways that I've heard recently, actually, in the last month, from real life situations with Primalistas, is hearing about a stockist who has been approaching a Primalista for 2 years, wanting to stock product in their health food shop. But this Primalista has just not made it a priority to supply. Well, that's kind of sabotaging your business. And also another Primalista, really, really keen, really wants to get out there and make a success of it, but it hasn't got access to her emails and hasn't got a voicemail working on her phone. So in that sense, it's really hard for customers to approach you and place orders. So make it as easy as possible. You'll hear me saying all the time, the next step is to book a Primalista call. Here's the link. Here's the link again. Here's a reminder, because I want to make it easy for you to know what the next step is. So make it easy for your customers to buy. And that can be as simple as just firing out some text messages and saying, would you like any goodies this week? Doesn't have to be hard. So these slides that I'm sharing with you, I do a little coaching extra every month in the Primalista Facebook group, where it's just a different focus every month, basically something I've seen that I'm inspired by that I share with the Primalistas. And here is a really cool 5 smart steps to wrap your week that I have adapted from Marie Folio, who's a brilliant business mentor, especially for women. Celebrate what you did, reflect on lessons learned, look ahead to what's next, tidy up digitally and physically, boot down and recharge. So that's good because it's the end of the week now. You could work on that. Is this making money for my business? Is a really good. You remember at the start of the week, we said the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you ask yourself. This is a good question to ask. We can sometimes get bogged down in the detail, trying to make things perfect, procrastinating, and just ask yourself, if you're like faffing around building a website for your business or spending ages trying to upload, I don't know, an email signature or something, is it making money for my business? No. Like, there are little things that you need to do like that, but the majority of your time needs to be spent on the money-making aspects of your business, which are, can you guess what they are? Baking and selling your product. That's it. 4 guaranteed times limiting beliefs will try to derail you. So get ready for these if you're planning on becoming a Primalista. 1, when you're starting out. So you've signed the agreement, you're in, you've paid your license fee, or you've got onto the payment plan, you're in, and guarantee in that first week, you will get Terexcified. And Terexcified is little words that we've made up. I like making up words where you're terrified, which is 100% normal because it's new and it's scary, but you're also excited. So it really is that this fight between, fear and vision, fear, vision, fear, vision. And your vision only needs to be like a toe ahead, a centimeter ahead of your fears. So be aware for it, expect it to happen. And when it happens, just say, thank you, doubts and fears, for trying to keep me safe, because that's all it's trying to do, keep you safe. But this is just an experiment, and that will calm them down. Also, it'll happen again when you first approach your first customer or stockist or market. We talked about a lot about that yesterday, where we all poo our pants because it's human nature to fear rejection. It'll happen when you receive your first refund or replacement request. It will happen. You can't please all the people all the time. Some people will want a refund or a replacement. And the great thing is we have a policy. Everything's already worked out. So you don't have to think, oh, what shall I do in this situation? You can come and look at the information and you'll know exactly what you need to do. But it'll happen, right? It will happen. And some people won't like your products. And some people will say no. And some people will order once and never order again. And that's okay. It's a case of finding your customer and stockist tribe. And it'll happen also the fourth time when you have to have a tricky money conversation. So that could be if a stockist hasn't paid you on time and that's affecting your cash flow in your business. It'll happen if somebody tries to barter with you on the price of the products. So be aware, go, aha, H warned me this would happen. And we've got the tools to help you overcome that. And remembering as well that the clarity, like, I don't really know where I'm going to set. I don't know how this is going to fit into my life. I'm not really confident enough yet. They come as you go. When you start off, you are a hot mess. First 3 months, you're all over the place. You're covered in tapioca starch. You don't. The recipes are stuck on the walls. You're trying to like streamline your system. How do I keep a track of all these orders? Tally charts, stuff on your phone, stuff in your email. And that's the same with anything. The first 3 months of anything new is an absolute head scramble. Even like just moving house. Where did I put this? Where's that? Where's this? Oh, that wasn't here in the last house. It's just normal. So expect a bit of a bumpy start, bumpy ride to start with, and trust that you'll become a slick oiled machine. So Max Day Pre said, we cannot become what we want by remaining what we are. So what does it mean for you if things remain as they are in your life now? It's a good question to ponder. And so, do you want to know what my number one top tip is to move forward? Never mind all of that. They're all lovely things, lovely fluffy things, lovely, brilliant. You'll have got some little nuggets from that. You'll be like, oh, that's a pearl of that one. I'm going to put that one as a screensaver or something. But all of that aside, there is one thing. If you're feeling overwhelmed, there's one thing. If you want to move forward with your vision, but you don't know where to start, there's one thing. There's one thing that's going to take you from where you were on Monday to where you said you wanted to be. And do you know what that is? Action. It's as simple as that. It's taking action. And you know what the action is? Make it easy for your customers to buy. It is to book your Primalista call. So if you have been on every single one of these calls, you've tried a bread recipe, you've won a prize, your action is to book a Primalista call. If you're thinking, oh my goodness, I've missed, this is the first one I've seen of these videos this week. I need to go back and schedule half a year to watch the other ones. No, you don't. You don't. I'm recapping. It's a very simple business model. I'm recapping the essence of what it is each video. So the next step for everybody is to book a Primalista call. And that's simply at primalalternative.com/call. Now, remember this. There's no such thing as ready. There's only now, right? So I mentioned this earlier in the week, but the when then monster, it's there, it's real. When I've had a kitchen reno, then I'll book my Primalista call. When the kids have moved out, then I'll book my Primalista call. When I get my tax return, then I'll book a Primalista call. And then guess what? Something else comes along, another distraction that takes you away from your high priorities. Some low priority distraction comes along and you get caught up in life doing something over there instead of following through with what you set out to achieve on Monday or in the first session. This is a great quote. It's a terrible thing, I think, in life to wait until you're ready. I have this feeling now that actually no one is ever ready to do anything. There is almost no such thing as ready. There is only now. And you may as well do it now. Generally speaking, now is as good a time as any. So we've got some beautiful quotes from our Primalistas for you. So Terry, Primalista Tegs, I call it in Victoria. She's a dead set legend. She says, the license is very flexible. You can bake what you want. Primalista Veronica, this is Veronica in the UK, actually. This is not Veronica in South Africa, South Australia. I get to do something I absolutely love and get paid for it. Manda, you met Manda yesterday. It's a brilliant biz model. I was on the fence for 4 years and I can't believe I didn't start sooner. Primalista Erica in New South Wales. I love the look on people's faces when they discover our products. Primalista Terry in New South Wales. It's nice being my own boss and setting my time frames. Primalista Holly, I love the Primal Alternative License model and the supportive network of Primalistas. Primalista Susie, it's so easy to be fully immersed in or to slow down depending on the season. Primalista Emily says, I'm doing what I set out to do and the biz is a great little moneymaker. You made it. This is it. Look how far you've come. Like, seriously, how much of a personal journey have you been on over the last week in terms of really kind of like doing the inner work, asking yourself those tricky questions, spending time doing your due diligence, looking up your counsel, asking questions in the group, trying recipes. Amazing. Well done, you. Seriously epic. You know, like I can bring this to you, but it's up to you to actually show up and watch it and take action. So cool. So think back to day one. What's the first step you need to take to go from that vision that you set out to making that a real life thing? And what's coming up for you now? It's getting to the pointy end. What do you feel is holding you back? Just really like kind of tune in and just be really conscious. What is it? Is it fear of failure? Shall I tell you a secret? For most people, it's fear of success. What if this could work? Oh, then what? Then you'd have to live that lifestyle that you said you wanted to live. That's scary because the comfort zone is a very safe space, but it's not very comfortable. It's a fallacy. The comfort zone is it's a place of resentment and feeling stuck, but it's safe. And it's human nature to stick with something that feels safe rather than feeling the overwhelm, leaning into it and getting on with it. And like I said, and I'm going to stop saying like I said, because I am recapping on the week, but growth comes on the brink of support and challenge. So there's the support, there's a proven model, it's challenging, you've never done it before. That's where growth comes in. And when you do something new, you're always going to grow. You're always going to have new experiences. And you're also going to be able to contribute in a new, meaningful way. So I'd love to hear what's holding you back. So we're just going to have a little recap of what you get with the Primalista license. So with the Primalista license, you get the recipes and resources to create a business that works for your lifestyle by producing and selling the Primal Alternative range. So the license gets you from A to B quicker than if you started a brand from scratch, because the product development, brand awareness, packaging, labels, marketing, pricing, and compliance are all done, which means you can get started in your business, baking and earning money within 2 to 8 weeks. And that time frame is determined by how quickly you want to get started. It's okay to start slowly and to build up. And it also depends on counsel, which usually takes a maximum of 30 days. The Primalista license is a proven model with a simple to follow system that's been replicated over the last 5 years by over 250 Primalistas. And that just means there's more chance it'll work for you too. And over the last 2.5 years, we've had pandemic, war, inflation, interest rate hikes, and general uncertainty. But during that time, over 120 Primalistas have found a successful side hustle or a plan B with the Primalista license. And it's good to know that food is a counter-cyclical industry. So that just means that no matter what's going on in the world, people still need to eat and meet their dietary requirements. So let me tell you about a few of the tools available to make your business a success. So you'll get a list of our suppliers to get your labels, ingredients, and bags at the best price possible. You'll get a food safety program, which we had a big look at on Wednesday, checklist and letter templates for your food business registration. You'll get easy to follow recipes and how-to videos, all designed for your domestic kitchen. And whether you've got a 600 oven or a 900 oven, you'll be able to fit 12 loaves in at once. You'll get products that sell and meet the paleo, low carb, and vegan market demand. You'll be selling products that are endorsed by industry leaders like Joe Witten from Quirky Cooking, Alex Stewart from Low Tox Life, Cindy O'Meara from the Nutrition Academy, and Jordan Pye, the GAPS practitioner and nutritionist. Your business gets advertised on the Primal Alternative website and social media so customers can find you and place orders. You'll get marketing materials like brochures, flyers, business cards, online order postcards, and banners for markets to get customers interested in your products. And digitally, you'll get professionally taken photos of the products and customer review quotes to share online to enhance the credibility of your business and drive more sales. There's also the opportunity as a Primalista to take the orders that come through the Primal Alternative online shop and then to encourage those customers to order directly from you. So would you say that you're feeling terrified and excited about starting a business? Well, if so, that's actually a really good sign. And as you know, we call it Terexcified. And it just means that you're doing something that's aligned with your values, but it's new, so it's scary. So that's why in the resources, you'll find awesome tools to help you take your mindset to the next level, because starting a business is a wonderful opportunity for personal growth, learning new skills, having new experiences, and contributing in a new way. You'll get support with our super collaborative community of home bakers who get it in our Primalista Facebook group. So you'll be joining a well-established business with the support that you need. Hang on a minute. Oh, I should have shown you that when I was talking. Look at that. You'll be joining a well-established business with the support that you need. There we go. With the support that you need. So you'll have more predictability in your business, more time, more money, less stress, and less risk. So before I recap on the financial investment, after hearing about what's available and how this is going to get you closer to what you want to do, have you got any other questions or concerns that haven't been covered during this virtual open week? Are there any reasons why it wouldn't make sense to go ahead and book your Primalista call? So on the Primalista call, we'll recap on what you're looking for. We'll see if the Primalista license can help and if you're a good fit for Primal Alternative. We'll share all the details of the Primalista license with you if you need to go through it all again and show you how you can save up to $1,500 on your license fee, on your membership fee. We'll answer any questions that haven't been covered. And if it's a good fit, we'll offer you the opportunity to join us. So if you haven't already, I know so many of you have booked in Primalista calls, which is so exciting. We can't wait to chat to you all. But it's primalalternative.com/call. These virtual open week videos are going to be up until September the 14th. So you've got just under 3 weeks from today to take the time to check it all out. But that is when they will be disappearing forever. And the reason they're disappearing forever is because of the Primalista Mentor program, which starts then. So there's $1,000 joining fee. And then you can pay your Primalista license upfront for $5,500 and save $500. Or you can pay on a payment plan of $620 a month for the first 12 months. And then it's just $120 a month after that. And that GST is all in there. I hate that, don't you? When someone says a price and then it's like extra 10%. I hate that. I like to be upfront, transparent with all my numbers. So to break that down even further, it's just $20 a day for the first year. And then it's just $4 a day after that. And for that, you get your Primalista lifetime license, which is worth $5,999, and your monthly membership of $120. Hang on, just checking what slides I've got. A baking starter kit, which is featured here, which is worth over $620. And that includes a personalized organic fair trade primal alternative apron with your name and state on it, a one-on-one coaching session to have with me whenever you like, 6 primal alternative bread tins, 200 compostable cellophane bags, and 220 personalized labels for your first few bakes. There's also over $1,000 of digital bonuses, including my signature health coaching courses, Thrive and Set for Life, and my business blueprint, which is a values-based business planner, and Aligning for Success, which is a tapping course, EFT tapping course specific for Primalistas. So with that, so that's $10,000 normally $10,000 of total value, right? But with the Primalista Mentor program, what you're going to get if you join now and you get on board, and because this is a live program, it's the first time we've ever run it, and it starts on September the 14th. And I want you in this because it's just going to be the biggest leg up you'll ever get starting as a Primalista. So there's 3 practical sessions that I'm going to run. 1 is getting you open for business. 2 is getting you equipped. And 3, making sales. That's all you need to do in this business, right? And then in between those 3 sessions, we're going to have live group training on Zoom, where all of the new Primalistas, they might have already started, they might have already be Primalistas, but not got open for business yet, are going to be in that group. We're all going to be newbies together, all answering, in inverted commas, silly questions together. You know, we're going to support each other. We're going to celebrate each other's wins. And you're going to basically have your hand held by myself and Primalistas, Geeta, Manda, Ash, and Rosie that you met yesterday. So I've never sold this, so I can't tell you the true value of it. But I reckon it's worth at least $4,000 because in the past, I used to have a gold membership, which included 3 months one-on-one coaching with me, and that sold for $10,000. So I reckon this is better because you've got me and Primalistas who are experienced in doing it, and also all the new Primalistas. You'll all be able to support each other. It's fully epic. Now, for peace of mind, there's the 7-day cooling off guarantee. So that just means when you join Primal Alternative, you have a full 7 days to try all the materials and start setting up your business. And if at any point during those first 7 days you decide being a Primalista is not for you, just let us know and we'll give you a full refund. There's no time lock-in, and you only need to give 7 days notice when you're ready to hang up your apron. Now, I've got a juicy, juicy video for you that I did last night. Hang on a minute, where am I? I'll come back. Here I am. Hi. Juicy, juicy video, because you know what? We go through the Primalista call and potential Primalistas tell us, oh my goodness, amazing. Yes. You know, is this what you want to do? Yes. Yes, I'm in. I just need to talk to my husband. No worries. And then the next morning we get a text message or an email saying, oh, I'm really sorry, but it's just not the right time. What's that all about? That is the number one reason people don't accept the offer, is they speak to their husband and their husband poo-poos it. So this is all about that. Getting hubby on board. The number one reason that people never move ahead with becoming a Primalista, even if they are so determined to make that change and they've gone through this journey, they've had the Primalista call, is that they just don't have their support of their peers or their hubby or their partner or those that they love. And having the support of your friends and loved ones on this journey, I reckon, is one of the most important factors in your success, because starting a business is much easier if you've got the buy-in and support from those around you, especially if your husband and yourself make financial decisions together, because obviously it's a financial investment. So that's why I have put together my 3 top strategies to get hubby on board, and how I've even put together a proposal specifically for your darling husband. So before you have the conversation with your hubby, you know, you might have already talked to him about Primal Alternative. Maybe you've showed him something on the website and he knows you're having a call or you're doing the virtual open week. But when you actually want to go ahead and do it, it's a whole different ball game. Okay. So you need to make time to have this conversation. So usually when you are made an offer of a Primalista license, there will be a time frame in which you have to get back with your decision, right? Because we need to know who we've got offers out with, because we're interviewing people all the time. So we need to make sure that the stockist viability is accurate. But also humans need, it's human nature to need a cutoff or a deadline. And because we don't have intakes and we don't do, you know, we're closing the doors on the intake, but none of that kind of fake urgency. We need to know when you're going to give us a decision. And also going backwards and forwards costs us time, energy, and money. And we are really looking for primalistas who are decisive and take action, because that's what we need, right? So there's going to be a time frame in between that you've got a deadline you need to work towards. So you need to have this 20-minute conversation. You need to keep it 100% distraction free. Okay. So make sure that he's not watching the golf and he's scrolling on his phone. Make sure that you're both low stress and not tired, and that you've had a meal. You don't want to be getting hangry or tummy rumbling and having issues with low blood sugar level, God forbid. And also when you're not too tired, you know, he's not just come back from work or you're tired, you've had a hellish day. And the key here is to start with why it's important to you. I'm going to go into these in details in a little bit more, that the 3-stage strategy, but we're starting with why it's important to you. So remember the 3-step strategy and focus either on your breath or your heart. Now, it might sound a little bit woo-woo, but you know, it can be quite emotional to share your why and the things that you learned on Monday in the virtual open week, or that you've discussed on a Primalista call. And so you might find your voice wobbles because you're speaking your truth. So focus on your heart beating, or catch your breath, listen to your breath, because it will bring you back into your strength. Never say you or your. These 2 words are banned from the entire conversation, no exceptions. You're also not allowed to ask them what they think. And that's it, no more. Although it's just a 20-minute chat, this will be your toughest challenge yet. I'm not kidding. Getting hubby on board will be harder than getting your counsel on board. So here is my 3-step strategy to get hubby on board. So start with why this is important to you. So I want you to frame this entire discussion with why this change is important to you. Reach deep down, find vulnerable, open, honest reasons why you're excited and passionate about becoming a Primalista. Keep the conversation about what it will mean to you to be your own boss, what it will let you do, have, be, and experience. So remember the questions that you asked yourself on Monday, or that you were asked in the Primalista call. Now it's time to share that with your loved one. And like I said, it can be really scary to share the stuff that's real. So focus on your heart, come back to your breath. And if you catch yourself wondering, oh, I wonder what they're thinking or what you're saying, just go back to your heart and then stop. This is hard. The next bit's hard. Shut up and listen. After you state why it's important to you, ask them what's important to them about you starting your own business. Don't ask them what they think about what you just said, because that's literally a recipe for disaster. You're just triggering them to take the opposite side and defend. Just ask them what's important to them about you starting a business. So we stop talking, we shut up, and we listen. And when they're done, you end the conversation there. Resist the temptation to get into planning mode on how this can be done, right? I know it's going to be tough and it's almost impossible for me to do, but when I'm conscious of this strategy, it helps immensely. And it makes a huge difference to the outcome of the conversation. There's nothing wrong with a short discussion of what's important and then having some time away to let it percolate. Now, I know with my husband, Mike, every time I propose anything new, whether it's something very small or very big, the initial answer is no. And he normally comes around to my way of thinking. And most of the primalistas that we speak to, potential primalistas that we speak to on calls, say the same thing. Like, it's not the 1950s. We're not asking for permission, but we're in a partnership and we make decisions together, which is cool, right? And most potential primalistas will say that their husband is very supportive of what they want to do, and they normally have no dramas being able to move ahead with what they want to do. But here's some really cool strategies to help you get ahead and do that, right? So the next one is to leverage outside influences. So what does that mean? Well, that just means let them hear it from somewhere else that's not just from you. So there's 3 ideas that I have for you here. So one is you could bake the grain-free bread recipe that's on the blog. So just Google Primal Alternative Grain-Free Herb Bread, and you'll get a recipe to try. You've probably already got the ingredients in your pantry. Cook it while they're in the home, the beautiful smell coming from the oven. Let them have it nice and hot out the oven with some butter on, or place an order and let them try some products. I mean, it's an old saying, right? The easiest way to a man's heart is through his tummy, right? But it works. Chocolate chip cookies and the pizza bases are a really great place to start with the Primal Alternative products of getting hubby on board. Another thing you could do is watch a short info session together, or watch the call prep video together. They're about 30 minutes long. I know for a fact that my husband would not sit down and watch a 30-minute video about this, right? So don't feel upset if they don't want to sit there and watch that, which is why I put together this proposal, and I want to share this with you now. So this is a proposal that I've put together to kind of just capture the essence of the Primalista license offer that you will have been made. If you have a Primalista call, and it's a good fit. So it basically gives you a recap of what you're going to get, with some quotes from existing Primalistas, some testimonials from industry leaders like Joe Witten from Quirky Cooking. It tells them a little bit of some of the stats, proven, tried and tested model, simple to follow system that's been replicated over the last 5 years by over 270 Primalistas in 4 different countries. Shows a few pictures. It's good to put faces there, and shows where we are in the world. Some more industry leader testimonials. So maybe your partner's heard of Jordan Pye or Cindy O'Meara, Mark Sisson from the Primal Blueprint, Alex Stewart from Low Tox Life, and just some stats in terms of our not so niche alternative and why it's a good idea to invest in a license. It shows them some pictures of the products that we make without them having to watch a video or go on the website. We've got testimonials from real life Primalistas, and an idea of the sales and marketing tools that you will get, and a list of what you get with the Primalista license. So everything is listed there for you to recap as well, but also just to kind of give a really good snapshot of what you get. There's some of the labels, the food standards, the barcodes, nutrition panels, all of that, and the brochures. And I look at the online shop and the sales training. You get quite a lot. It's pretty good, isn't it? How much can you earn as a Primalista? So these figures are accurate as of September 2022. This is kind of what I find is this is what hubbies really want to know. They want to kind of know, well, how many pizzas do you have to make to earn X amount? So this gives them that information, and also a bit of a visual in terms of how much you have to bake to earn that much or earn that much. And then some more number crunching in terms of the pie charts and the cost of goods versus the retail and wholesale profit, how much it's going to cost, the bonuses that you get. The Primalista Mentor Program bonus is not in here, but that is valued at approximately $4,000. The cooling off guarantee. What happens when you hang up your apron? There's some videos that they can click through if they want to meet the Primalistas or see how easy the recipes are or what it's like to get started. They can click through and watch some of those videos. Here's some of the places that we sell our products to, so they can think, oh, okay, I know you're in IGA, Go Vita. These are some of the brands they will probably, at the shops they've probably heard of. And this is just to clarify what you need to do next. It's really easy to get started, just 2 bits of paperwork and what happens after you have signed up. There we go. So how cool and groovy is that? I think that's really going to help your rallying the troops, getting hubby on board. What do you reckon? One thing that I find quite funny is that primalistas tell me that their partners do a Google search of primal alternative scam. And they just think, oh, this sounds dodgy and you're going to get ripped off by somebody. Somebody even said to me on Facebook once that I was a company that was pretending to be Australian. It's just, there's all sorts, there's so much fear mongering, and there are rip-off merchants out there. But hopefully you realize that I'm just a woman, a mum, an honest, hardworking mum who came up with a great idea and wants to share it, and that it's helping other women and it's helping our communities be healthy, and that you're not going to be ripped off, right? But, if they do think it's a scam, just say, oh, that's really common. That's quite normal. The things that I find about our beautiful alpha males, like, they're there to protect us. They're there to keep us safe, right? And in the past, most of us have fallen into an absolute hole. We fell into a complete heap, and they don't like it. They don't like it when we're not well, because they love us and they don't want to see us burnt out or stressed out. And the other thing is as well, my mum taught me this when I first got married, that husbands really like our time and attention on them. This might all sound really sexist, but I bet you're nodding your head, right? Because everybody I say this to, I mean, I've done over 850 Primalista calls. The key thing is that we need to show them that we are not going to take our time and attention away from them, and that they are still really important to us. We're still going to have time for them and our family, and we need to be able to show them how we can structure this and schedule it into our already probably quite full week. So you'll need to, but when are you going to bloody fit in a business? So I've already thought about that and how it's going to add to the family. So look, good luck with your sales pitch to your darling husband. And feel free as well, like, don't just, if they say no, don't feel that that's it and you just need to get back to us and say, oh, sorry, it's not the right time, because we hear that the most. It's such a shame. Like, it doesn't have to end there. And we are more than happy to book another follow-up call with you and bring your husband. He can just sit there in the background on speaker if he doesn't want to get in on the call, or we can meet on Zoom. But we'll do anything that we can, to support you and help you be able to say yes to this amazing opportunity. Three, two, one, I'm back in the room. All right. So Amanda's saying that she shared ways with her husband as to how he could be involved, and that sold him. Now that might go the other way for other husbands. Like, if I said to Mike, I know it's really confusing because Mikey is my husband and Mikey is Amanda's son, and Sam's my son and Sam's her husband's son, but not the same Sam and Mikey. That would be really weird. But if I said to Mike, this is how you'll need to be involved, he would have said no bloody way, because he's already doing his own thing. So you know what you would need to say to speak to your husband. And I really like this, like, why it's important to me, and not like, what do you think about it, or can I do it, but more along the lines of, what's important to you about me starting a business? This is what I've told you what's important to me. What's important to you? And then it's just a different way for them to respond, right? Amazing. Amazing. So day 5 homework. Book your Primalista call, primalalternative.com/call. You've literally done the research. There is nothing else that we could tell you. There's nothing else you need to look under. You don't need to lift this or do that, or you've done it. You've done it all. And like I've mentioned, don't worry if you haven't watched every single second of every single video, because there's a lot of content here. When you book a Primalista call, even if you haven't watched any of the videos, we'll send you a half-hour video, call prep video, so you get an idea of how it all works before the call. So now it's time to take action. So any remaining burning questions, like this is it, apart from on your Primalista call, but I'll answer them. But I've got some questions for you. What would it mean to you if things stay the same as they are now? If not now, then when? And if not you, then who? Ta-da. All right. Oh, steady on. Oh, steady on. Right. Book a call. All right. And the lucky prize winner today is Tennille. Congratulations, Tennille. You are the winner today. So could you please email me? My email has been down since Tuesday, and I'm remarkably chill about it. But if you have emailed me and you think, oh, she's not very good at getting back to people, then it's because I haven't seen any emails since Tuesday. So what I would love you to do, Tennille, is please email me at my primalhealthcoach@gmail.com, primalhealthcoach@gmail.com, email address with your address and phone number, and we will get some yummy prizes in the post to you. Well done, Tennille. Right, that concludes the amazing Primalista. You're welcome. The amazing Primalista Virtual Open Week. It has blown my mind. I've just been, just in raptures in terms of the attendance, the feedback, the amazing Primalista panel yesterday. Like, my heart is just bursting, quite seriously, just with gratitude for you, gratitude for the Primalistas. And it's just amazing. I'm just completely buzzing. So really excited. We've got so many calls booked, so excited to have a bit of a one-on-one with you all. And then to jump into the Primalista Mentor Program on September the 14th, get you up and running for business, getting out to those wonderful spring and summer markets, and just moving ahead with that dream you set forward on Monday. You've already set your intention. Now it's time to take action. Book your Primalista call. Thank you so much for being part of this amazing week. I will see you next time. Bye.